Next book I would like to talk about is Rich Dad Poor Dad. We all know it's a famous book. It's not ये book मेरे हाथ में, और Rich Dad Poor Dad का सीरीज है, बहुत सारे बुक्स उन्होंने लिखे, बट मेरा जो Rich Dad Poor Dad बुक किसी कोई दोस्त लेके गया है, बट इज ऑल्सो ऑफ द सेम ऑथर, रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी. नाउ अमेजिंग बुक ऑन फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम, मनी, सब बहुत कुछ बताता है. In fact, this was the first non-fiction book of my life, which I read in my 10th standard after my 10th exams. The most enlightening and eye-opening idea that I learned from this book was the difference between asset and liability. अभी आप बोलोगे उसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है, वो तो सीए में भी सिखाते हैं, बीकॉम में भी सिखाते हैं. But the author is not talking from accounting point of view. वो तो हमको पता है. It arrested my attention when the author said that your house in which you live is not your asset. I said, what? ऐसा तो नहीं सिखाया हमको सीए में, right? What he says is, asset means for you from business point of view or from life point of view, not accounting point of view purely, is that either it should gain in price over a period of time or it should generate cash, और दोनों रहेगा तो best. No, nothing like it. Now the house in which we live, हमको एक घर तो चाहिए रहने को लाइफ में, right? ओके, इट विल राइज इन प्राइस, कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन तो हमारे घर का होगा अगर मार्केट अच्छा चला तो, बट डोंट यू थिंक दैट इज ऑलवेज अ ऑन पेपर प्राइस? because you will always have one house, you will always need one house to live in. दूसरा घर जिसमें आप नहीं रह रहे, that is an asset for you, not the one in which you live, because it will appreciate but it is of no use. It's just on paper that the house which you had bought for 50 lakh is now 2 crores, but it's not going to materialize anytime in your life because you are going to live in that house forever, because you are going to live for another 50 years. Second, it is not going to generate cash because you are not going to put it on rent because you are living in it. So the house in which you live is not your asset, it's a liability. And hence the author says, the house in which you are planning to live, don't take it on loan. That's the biggest mistake young couples make. शादी होने के बाद जल्दी से कोई बड़ा घर लेते हैं और 1 करोड़ का होम लोन ले लेते हैं और फिर पूरी जिंदगी ईएमआई भरने में चली जाती है. और फिर उनको बहाना मिलता है, अरे ईएमआई चालू है, स्टार्टअप कैसे शुरू करूं, मैं अभी जॉब करूंगा, पूरा ईएमआई भरूंगा, फिर अरे व्हाट, 50 इयर्स लगेंगे वो ईएमआई खत्म होने को. एंड टेक्निकली यू डोंट ओन द हाउस, द बैंक ओन्स द हाउस, राइट? इट इज नॉट योर हाउस, इट इज बैंक्स हाउस. सो वो कहता है कि अगर जिसमें आप घर में रहना है, शुरू में एकदम छोटा घर लो, भाड़े पे रहो, बट ऑलवेज द हाउस इन विच यू आर गोइंग टू लिव, ऑलवेज बाय इट आउटराइट. उसके लिए पैसा जमा करो और डोंट टेक इट ऑन लोन, टेक इट आउटराइट. ऑलराइट? बट इफ यू थिंक दैट यू आर गोइंग टू पुट इट ऑन रेंट, कुछ छोटा सा जगह लिया एटीएम के लिए, किसी को रेंट के लिए देना है, दैट प्रॉपर्टी यू कैन टेक ऑन लोन बिकॉज it is either going to appreciate in capital price or it is going to generate cash for you. Then bindas loan लो उसके लिए. If you are going to use it for personal use, don't take it on loan. Even car, if my car for personal use is a liability, क्योंकि no appreciation, in fact depreciation. Second, no cash generation. It's a complete liability. But the same car I plan to put it on hire to Ola, Uber, or put it to some call center, then it is an asset for me because it will generate cash in form of car rentals. So this is a big lesson that I learned. So all those marriageable boys and girls who planning to marry, or young married couples, please don't make this financial blunder by taking a big loan in the initial career of your life. It will just change you and force you to make a lot of compromises in your career. And that's the best thing I did. See, even after 3 startups failed, still I did not go broke because there were hardly any loans on my balance sheet, because I did not take anything, any personal asset on loan, because it is actually a liability. So we can safely conclude that बहुत सारे assets में liabilities छुपी हुई रहती है. वो दिखते हैं asset पर वो actually liabilities होते हैं.